Welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be creating an eyeshadow look using my Profusion Sienna's eyeshadow palette. So let's go ahead and get started. I've already primed my eyes with my concealer and a little bit of setting powder. So I'm going to start out with the shade Dynasty, and it's this third matte shade on the second row, and I'm going to just pop it right in the crease area, and I'm just going to lightly apply it and build it right in that area. Now I used to use this palette all the time, so I'm going to try my best to use some shades I have not used before, and this is one of those shades. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye, and the pigmentation is pretty good in this palette, but we'll see how this color blends, because it's placing pretty good. So I'm just continuing to pack it right in the crease, and I'm using this Echo 2's brush that I had got from Walmart like many moons ago, many years ago, in a set. And it's a nice brush to pack shadows, because it's not a fluffy brush, it's a dense brush, so you'll get the payoff needed if you want to just lightly pack and build up. This type of brush will be perfect. So I'm going to take a little bit more, just packing right in that crease area, and I'm going right on that bone right above the crease, and make sure I pack it all the way across that area. So the same thing for the other one. Make sure it's a little bit above the crease on that bone area. So now I'm going to wipe my makeup round off. Not my makeup round, my makeup brush off. I thought I had a makeup round. Well, I'm going to use my towel that's in front of me. Since I do not have it, I don't think I pulled it out. So next I want to go in with the shade, I think this may be a little bit deeper. I want to go with the shade Dapper, and it's the first shade on the bottom row, and it's a matte shade as well. And I'm going to use the same brush and then pack it right on the outer V. Right on the outer V. And in the crease just a little bit. And then I'm going to pack it going out past the outer V. So when we blend it, it'll be nicely blended with that crease shade. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye. Just pack it. Now this is a very pigmented shade. Very pigmented shade, and I think it's because of the brush that I'm using as well. It's not a fluffy brush, so it's not as blown out and diffused like it would have been. So I'm going to take a little bit more, pack it right on the outer V, going towards the center of the lid, and right in that, right directly in the crease area. Do the same thing for this eye. So I am liking the placement. That is nice. Now we're going to have to see how it blends, but I do like the placement. So now I'm going to go in with, let's do another deeper shade. And I'm going to do the shade Madly. And it's a little bit deeper than the shade I just used. Use the same brush. And I'm going to pop it right on the center of the lid, and not overlapping the whole outer V. So we can have this two-toned shadows going on here, and then place a little bit right in that crease area with the tip of the brush. Take a little bit more, and the same thing for the other eye. Just stamp it right on that outer V, going over into the center, and then pack it right in that crease area with the tip of the brush. That's how I'm actually applying it, and I'm lifting my eye so I can get right in that crease area. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with the shade. Let me clean off my brush. Go back in with the shade Dapper. Yeah, Dapper, and right on that outer V, going out, so we can start blending. Okay, I'm packing it a little bit more. Now I'm gonna do one more thing before we start blending. I'm gonna clean this brush off again and go back in with our very first shade, the peachy matte shade, Dynasty, and just make sure it's right in that crease area, overlapping the deeper shades we just placed. Okay, so, and you would think my base is like wet and tacky, how pigmented this is. So now I'm gonna go in with my Morphe 506 brush, and it's just a small fluffy blending brush, and we're just gonna blend. I'm lifting my eye so I can lightly blend these shadows together. I'm doing the crease area first and the lid to make sure the shadows are blended really, really well together. So now I'm going to wipe this brush off, and now we're going to work on the edges of the shadow in the crease. And I'm just blending in circular motions, going all the way around the shadow. You want to lightly, very lightly fluff it if you don't want the shadow to go up too high. So I'm just going to continue to lightly blend it. And now I'm going to go in with a few back and forth windshield wiper motion in addition to the circular motions, because I do want it to be blended really, really well. So I'm doing the same thing again for this eye. And you want to lightly touch the shadow. You don't have to just, you know, dig in it to blend it, because you don't want to move your shadows around either. So I'm just continuing with the back and forth and windshield wiper motions. Same thing again for the other eye, back and forth, and you can see it's blending like really, really well. So this is pretty. So now I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to apply a little bit more of this deeper shade, because I lost a little bit of it, right back in that outer V area, and right in that crease area. And right in the crease area. So now we're going to lightly blend it back out again. Pretty. So now I'm going to clean the brush off one more time and blend these edges one more time. So that is blending really well. So now I'm going to take my where's my brush? I was looking for my large fluffy brush. I do not see it. Okay, here it is. I'm going to take my Wet n Wild large fluffy brush, and I want to go in with the shade Adventurous. This is this taupey matte shade, and we're going to stick that right. Ooh! Wow. I was not looking for that to begin with. So we're going to blend this thing out. Ooh. Now we're going to add some on the other eye. And I'm just stamping it right above the crease area, setting this, continue to set the base, and so that it has a nice transition shade. I was not prepared for that, but it's coming together. Okay, got it. Oh, I like it. Pretty. So now we're going to blend the shadows again. Make sure the crease is blended with this shade we just this transition shade that's under the brow bone. So I'm lifting my eye again because you want to make sure you get these edges like really, really good. Really, really good. Because if it's harsh, it will definitely stand out. So this is coming together so pretty. Am I blurred? I was a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to do one more thing before we add our glitter glue. And I'm going to go back in with both of the shades that I applied on my outer V. And that's Dapper and Madly. And just make sure it is right in the outer V one more time. Okay, so I think that is perfect. So I'm going to go back in with this Morphe brush and just lightly, very lightly, gently flick out the edges of this shadow. Okay, so that is perfect. So I'm going to pop on my glitter glue because that'll save a little bit of filming time, and I'll be right back so we can apply this shimmer shade. Okay, so now I have my glitter placed. So now let's go in with a shimmer shade. So let's see, what shade do I want to use today that I have not used. Let's do the bronzy shade, Certain. And it's like a nice, I won't say rose gold, just a nice bronzy shade. So I'm going to take it on my MAC synthetic fiber brush, and I'm just packing it right in the area where I placed the glue. And I'm stamping it and patting it at the same time so I can diffuse it as I pack it, so it doesn't be caked up in one spot in my eye. Oh. Packing it right in the crease with the tip of the brush. And overlapping the deeper shade. And same thing for the other eye, just pack it. This is a nice bronze, it's a bronzy shade, a bronzy gold, that's what it is, like a copper. It's really pretty though. And I'm just continuing to pat it and pack it. Pack it and pat it. Because you gotta pack it first. Then pat it in my circular motions. And I'm going right in the crease again with the tip of the brush. And I'm also lifting my eye so I can get the product right in my crease. Because if I don't open my eyes, I can't see my shimmers. Oh, perfect. Pretty. Applying a little bit more just to make sure it is coated to my liking. Same thing for the other eye. Pretty, pretty. So now I'm going to take the tip of this brush and diffuse the edges of this shimmer. I'm just flicking towards the outer V with the brush, so I can break up the harshness. Okay, so going one more time just to make sure it is placed really, really well in that crease area too. Okay, the same thing again for this eye, right in that crease area. So now I'm going to keep the same brush. We're going to go in with those two shades we used in the outer V and just pack it right back on top of this shade. And flick it with the tip of the brush. Same thing for this eye. So now I'm going to take my Morphe 506. Yeah. And just make sure we lightly blend these shadows so there's no harshness. So we can finish this look. And I'm just blending towards the outer V. Same thing for the other eye. You just want to make sure everything is seamless. I'm gonna do one more thing before we go off to do the rest of my face. I'm gonna go back in with this shimmer shade. I want to add a little bit more because I feel like where the glitter glue is, it's a little harshness that I am unable to just dig at, and I want to just stab at it. So I'm just going to apply a little bit more shimmer right on top of the harshness because I don't want that harshness to stand. And you can really tell it was harsh. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Yeah, because you can see the difference, like sharp right here, and it's more blended on this eye with this brush. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye, just pack a little bit more. Right on top of it. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to clean this baby up and we'll be right back. So this is the finished look. I'm using the Sienna's Profusion Eyeshadow Palette. I do love how it turned out. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you have this eyeshadow palette, do you still use it? Do you like it? How do you feel about it? But again, I do love the look. It was easy to put together. I tried to make the video as short as possible by cutting out like my applying the glitter glue, clean up under my eyes and stuff like that when I get done with the look. So I'm hoping when I get done looking at it, it is not as long. So I'm trying to move away from those 25-30 minute videos. But again, I love this look. I love this eyeshadow palette. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you have not done so already, comment, like, and subscribe to your girl's channel and become part of my YouTube family here. And I'll see you guys in my next video.